Hey everybody, this is JT. Want to let you know about the conference we have called NoID. It's a men's conference, and it deals specifically with men not having an identity of who they are and what God has called them to be. And we're going to cover three things in this conference: God, family, and entrepreneurship. When we talk about God, we're talking about the purpose of the original intent for what He created us for. And when we talk about family, what does it mean to be a father, a brother, a husband, a son, and a friend? And how does that work in everyday life? And then lastly, entrepreneurship is, hey, if I start a business, will it succeed? I hear black men all the time talk about how there's someone trying to keep them down, or the white man is trying to keep them down, or somebody's telling them that they can't make it in their business, or they don't know where to get started, or they don't know how to do it. And so I specifically created a conference where I am focusing on minority men. Us black and brown brothers need to get to a place where we're supporting one another. And let me give you a great example of why I'm doing this conference. I'm sick and tired of hearing that we can't work together, that we're always late, that we can't never finish anything, that we're too ghetto. That's all lies. But then the deeper relationship is, how does it feel to succeed at something? How do you know you're on the right path? How do you pour into your son that he could be a great man even though you didn't have a father raise you properly? And so we're going to talk about these things. On Friday night of the conference, we're having a night where we're trying to get as many fathers and sons in the right space, in the right room, to hear a word geared towards them pouring into their sons. We're going to do words of affirmation. In other words, a father will say a speech to his son, and the son will say a speech back to the father as words of affirmation that they will have for the rest of their lives. And we're going to videotape that because we need to speak into our boys that they can be great. And I have opened this conference up to anybody of any race, but I am being specific about black and brown men, because we're dying at a rapid rate from killing one another, also from police brutality, also from just not having an understanding of who we are as a man. And guess what? Y'all think drugs and crime and racism is the worst? There's nothing worse than dying and not knowing what your purpose is in life. Not knowing that God has a plan for you. So I'm excited about this conference. And then on Saturday, we're going to do workshops dealing specifically with God, the purpose of a man, family, who I am and what my role is in that, and entrepreneurship, how to write a business plan, how to put a prospectus together, how to present your business, how to get funding for your business, how to grow your business if you have it, how to be faithful to it and walk in integrity when you have it. Don't cut no corners. And it's so important that I do this because I am so tired of people saying that we can't work together. I want to encourage every father on Friday night to bring his son. The words and the speech that we're going to give you to say to your son is so powerful. And the words that your son is going to read back to you, there's going to be some crying in the room. We're going to have some concerts, some music, some rap, some singing, some encouragement to men. You know, we're going to fellowship. And then that Saturday morning, if you come between 8:30 and 10 o'clock, we're going to have some good breakfast, some food we're going to throw down. But the real purpose of the conference is to make sure that we as men understand who God has created us to be, understanding what our role is in the family, and how we can build a business and entrepreneurship where we can leave a financial legacy for our children, as well as a spiritual one, as long as we put God first. So I want to challenge you to come out to the conference. I know I said a lot, but I'm telling you it's worth it, man. It is so worth it. I'm so tired of us not building relationships together. I pray you'll be able to register for the conference. It doesn't cost much. And we're going to give you a great experience. I have some great leaders, some great businessmen who actually own businesses that make over $1 million a year, that make over $50,000 a year, that make over $400,000. So you'll get to see that, and then you'll see educated men who were in prison, who are pastors of churches, who grew and had God help to shape their lives. This is important to me. I never ask people all the time to come to things, but this means the world to me, man. This is for us, specifically black and brown men. I've never been so specific in my life because I've always never wanted to divide us, and I'm not trying to divide us with this. I'm really trying to get us to realize our value, because when you know your value, it's easy to work with someone else. You're not insecure. You're not worried about your strength or your weaknesses. You know what you need to work on as a man. But I'm opening the conference to anybody who wants to come, but I am being specific about who I want to reach. Because if we don't learn to work together, to encourage each other, and to get over racism, and to get over prejudice, and to give over the fact that our children are growing up in a mixed world. You know, in a minute, the whites and blacks will be the minority. It's happening now. because the children are growing up loving each other, they're marrying each other, there's mixed babies all across this world that are beautiful, and they're falling in love with one another. And after a while, we're going to be fighting to realize that the real identity is how we love each other in our families as men. I believe men have lost their way and have lost their purpose. And so I want to give you God, I want to give you family, and I want to give you entrepreneurship. Hope you can attend. God bless. I'm so rich and I ain't talking about cheddar, but I